Hello everybody, welcome back to another Phoenix Wright video. Rachel here, continuing with episode 5. I get the feeling this is going to be a long one. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby 2. Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Yes? Mrs. Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. There is one decisive difference between you and her. You're not a defense attorney. My first trial without a Faye helping. No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there, so I have to discover the truth all by myself. Oh, I didn't catch that in time, I don't think. Court 9. We'll see how this goes. I believe there's a freaking achievement here, but I'm not going to really try. I'm just going to play through the whole thing as it's supposed to be. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I can always go back and get it later. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I hadn't been in a courtroom since his trial. Oh, her. The cough-up queen? The judge is really wolfing it down. Thanks. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Hurry it up! Who is this lady? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. What? Are they talking about me? I'm still thinking about that. Oh, this is not going to end well. I can feel it. How did you know? laid off. She was fired. I am. Not. He was the detective? That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? By garage car, you mean... Interesting. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you're a biased witness. Huh? Rookie? That... a photo... You took this? I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. She's not holding a picture, though. Hold on, she's not holding something in her hand. Objection! And you witness this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. And how can you tell? Hmm? But it's a black and white photograph. No pro. That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony, namely that she took a picture the moment she witnessed the crime. That's it? Objection! Premeditated? How do you know? So? That's not... Objection! Wait, do you know what this is? The defense has a request. We ask the witness provide an accurate testimony. In your testimony, you stated Atlanta Sky planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing the special gloves. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Great, now the tide's turning in my favor. What? This whole shit's a hole in the premeditated theory. Really now. Yeah, for one, except for... Yeah, except for one issue. Wasn't he only stabbed once? If I remember correctly? One injury. Yeah, I thought so.
Objection!
You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have seen that. What about my objection? No one noticed?
Objection!
It started to demand an explanation. What about my objection, chopped liver? Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of the testimony. The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Yeah, right. I'm sure she did. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, Cobra is a kind of snake. No thanks. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, this is so fucking annoying. Oh my god, this is interesting.
Hold it!
You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? Maybe I should press her for more details. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The lunch land car was... So you witnessed the murder from here. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high. So how did Miss Guy not get away?
Hold it!
She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? Cheeky. Yeah, but muffler. Couldn't that be a car item? You know, muffler? Just saying. Her phone? She can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? That's right, near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? Yeah, but muffler could mean a car muffler.
Objection!
Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
Objection!
Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this? Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
Objection!
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about Miss Sky where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky use the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. All the testimony you've heard until now points in one direction.
Take that!
This is the only place where she could have been. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember you in your testimony said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr? The guilty, is she talking about Miss Sky? Huh?
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Edgeworth. If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. Huh? Me? Mrs. Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Miss Starr, I keep misreading it. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference. But what? What would change? It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection! Objection!
What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Yes? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. That means it would still take a lot of time. Uh-huh. That would take way too much time. Uh-huh. I thought she said it only took her... That's not that fast. Uh-oh. Do I have any evidence to stop this?
Objection!
5 minutes between the witness of a murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? But you had the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. That was close. That's one she tried to foist off on me. Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? Oh, for fuck's sake. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? This is definitely gonna be a long one. How do you know that? That's the thing. I'd like to know how she knows that.
Objection!
It seems like it. Edward sure is celebrating. It seems so. Edgeworth looks pretty sullen. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. It's not flawless evidence, just saying. But yeah, muffler. The whole thing with the muffler, cars have mufflers. I'm still adamant on that one. I probably because I done this one a long time ago and I actually remembers that.
Hold it!
Remember that. I can't let this go through without a fight. Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the shoe? If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction.
Take that!
I wonder if you noticed, there's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Take that!
The problem lies in the footprint. Note the bottom of the victim's shoes covered in blood. Then isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
Objection!
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. Get what? No kidding. Water? What does that mean? Yeah, bullshit. That reminds me, that's this guy's hand. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? That's where the blood could come from. What can I do? Your sister's confessed to the crime. She tried to conceal it. Well, yeah.
Objection!
Wait, look at the asphalt on the photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the start, and it seems that this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Hold on a second. Norton? Really? Get off my screen. Last help of evidence.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at the photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there is a problem, right or wrong. I gotta go ahead with this. The problem is in this photograph is here. What's this? Just muffler. What's that cloth?
Objection!
Sorry, Mrs. Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. This is going to be a long one, definitely.
Take that!
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Whew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. He's still hungry? Yeah, this is a long one, definitely. I'm going until I reach the end of this day. Huh? What? Pretty much, except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister, anyway? Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen in the last 2 days have really been on the edge. What does that mean? Unless that's what's in the muffler of the car. A muffler in a muffler. In the photograph, she wasn't wearing one. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about all this. What if the muffler is in the muffler? Just the thought. What's up? The judge keeps looking over prosecution. Oh boy. What the foo are you? What is it with this guy? Strange stuffy aura seems to fill in the courtroom. What on earth is this guy? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Thanks? Little worthy. Chief of police? That's the chief? That's what he looks like. Okay, now I know. Hey, that's... So Miss Star wasn't seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Guy was wearing a muffler. So it wasn't the muffler in the muffler, like I thought. A switchblade knife?
Objection!
Yes, sir. The blade, Your Honor? I don't see why not. Yeah, well, I think all you have to do is push the switch. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I can't point at people. Okay, it's doing it for me. I'm the one who's scared. And this is Dark Raid State blood? This guy is interesting. Kind of funny. I like this guy, actually. Unless he ends up being a villain, but I still like him.
Objection!
He said 550. Two different people? Two detectives killed at the same time in two different places. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine him. Yeah. I know.
Objection!
Wait a second. This knife, this has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL-92. Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. Your Honor, it's upside down. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing written on the knife's tag. I win? What game is this guy playing? On the same day a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot. Another one was killed at the police department. That was quick. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case? So tell me, where was the victim found? The evidence room? Wait a second, I have heard of that. There's the connection between the two cases. Happy? Happy, we just got handed our ticket to go to town on this. With the link between the two cases established, we have leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between the two cases has already been proven. The connection is a place, mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. And we also know the detective murdered at the police department was killed in the same evidence room. Can we get the information unofficially? What, really? If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Oh well, I guess I may as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Of course not, you won't tell me their name after all. Wait a minute. That's number. Wait. You didn't even get the first number right. The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. Actually, it does. Your Honor, it does, I think. It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Goodman's ID number, I knew it. Witness. No, it's just I got confused. Police department, prosecutor's office, two places, two detectives killed at once. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of my victim, Detective Goodman. Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189. Huh? You didn't even get the first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. Unless there's twins, but I doubt it. Where have we heard that name? Wait! That's the guy he said, "Don't bother me." He's got a bandage on his hand, if you notice, too. Oh boy. Edgeworth is in trouble. And God, this is a really long one. It's gonna be. It's already 40 minutes in. Huh? Oh well, it's a... Oh, it's just doing my job. Yeah, it's... I already know it's not over yet. I did say this was going to be a long one this time, didn't I? As you can see... Oh, nope. We're not done yet. This is definitely a long one. Right? Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. Well, that's what we're gonna find out, or try to. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's gonna be much help with this. Huh? Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think... Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in our evidence room, no big. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in the oil drawer washed it away. Huh? What's that grin for? Luminol? But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Me? Why do I have to do it? We're testing bloodstains with the stuff, not drinking it. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? I can see your eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this a blood stain? Emma, you're shaking. Scientific investigation in action. What's odd about this scientifically? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be more blood? It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Sky. Then let's drag the hidden evidence out into the light of day. Guess I should give the spray on anything suspicious. It's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. My apologies, Miss Star, but I know this photograph says something important to tell us, but what? Coughed it up. Wouldn't doubt it. And you were fired. SL9. Wait, she doesn't mean... The SL9 incident, it's written on that knife. And on that... oh. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Oh, back. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. That time? We found this ID card here in this parking lot. But it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. I wish I could be so sure. So they... executed. What? But the criminal was executed, right? What? Wait, could it be? You haven't forgotten SL9. What? Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SO9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. What? Yes. Salisbury steak lunch? This would be when Marshall was a detective. Officer Jake Marshall. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Looks like she's in questioning. How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they arrested a suspect in the police department murder? Oh, okay. Hold on. I messed up. I missed a step. Yeah, I forgot to do that. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Now I move. I forgot. That's why this is going to be a long one. Okay, still nothing? Okay, what is hold on. Okay, I messed up again. Oops, I did things in the wrong order again. Christ. You'd think I would know what I'm doing. No wonder this is going to take a while. There we go. I didn't remember that up until now. Wait, the clothes. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. What's wrong? If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is if there's a guard station, where's the guard? Yeah, I think I know who he is already, too. Hold on. Oop. Look at all the items. Looks like somebody we know. The evidence room is beyond that door. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in first. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Detective Gumshoe? I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. The criminal, you mean? On that same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another one was killed at the police department? But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Well, this investigation's off to a running start. Yeah, I guess so. Best not to go too far down that road. Things will get confusing. Ooh, what's that? What the Oh, the guy with the bandage in. Wait, I know you. That's Meekins. He isn't, is he? You? You didn't, did you? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Ow, I can hear you fine, officer. Marshall? What the heck is this guy doing? How long were you out? Days? Bandage on his hand, just like Miss Sky. First things first, how did you hurt your hand? I don't mean to pry, but you're the perpetrator, right? You killed Detective Goodman in the evidence room? I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that. Did you know the victim? So you didn't know him. Hey, someone around here is more confused than me. About your hand, did that happen during the course of a crime? Nothing you could do. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? The victim's body disappeared? You mean you remember what happened? This ID card. Oh god, this guy's annoying. I better pry into this one a little deeper. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID. What did he do? Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Right. What do you mean, Emma? In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. But you don't remember the events clearly. Video? No, no thanks, I have my own. I guess I better go check the crime scene. It's Police Chief Gant. The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Chief Gant reporting for duty, sir. Oh, shit. Oh, well, that's the one. Okay. Is Edwards gonna be okay? You mean in the incident on Gord Lake? Von Karma. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. They're being the prosecutors, I assume. What evidence is this? I wasn't expecting much anyway. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Why am I suspicious all of a sudden? I don't know. What did he want you to do? What? You... The date on it's February 21st. Better make a note of it just in case. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask a favor. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Oh boy. Why do I feel he's gonna say no? Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Hmm? This... You seem happy. I think this place is bad influence on the girl. Evidence room's beyond that door. And we have the ID card. Aha! The card reader's turned off. Marshall. Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? Yeah. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if I could ask you something. You're busy then. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with his hombres. Finally, it seems like... Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. You mean the security camera system? Two days ago. That's the day of our case. Edgeworth was talking about those too. Those are the ones Officer Meekins mentioned. You're the security guard, you reckon? That's the card reader by the door. Hey, 514. There's Officer Goodman's. Maybe there's some way I can prove the record's tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but explain this whole transferal thing. What happens to the evidence after 2 years? I see. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. A name and ID number are written here. What else would they use? True. That has a ring to it. Doesn't take much to amuse her. Wasn't I supposed to... Didn't I present it? Hold on. Oh, I did this wrong. See, this is... The number on this is 5842189. Look, the fourth number. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. There's... But wait. What did Officer Meekins say? So you asked Detective Goodman to show his card? His ID? What did he do? If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs. God, this is a very long one. I am sorry, this is going to be movie length. Sorry about that. It's quiet. The investigation must be over. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Yeah, it's true. Just for today? Gee, thanks. No, I gotta hit the right thing. Because of the SL9 connection? Why would evidence from that case turn up now? Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here the day of the stabbing. Oh boy. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. You have a locker in here too, Detective? I see. That case. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. Using their ID card. Violent, so it was a murder. Serial killing. Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. About rumors about forged evidence. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Detective, maybe? You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? Another piece of evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I'm still doing something. Sorry about that, folks. There's a piece missing out of it, though. I bet they were missing to begin with. It's fine. Did I do that wrong? I did. No. There must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. It's kinds of dead shit. What's the matter, Detective? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Where do you get this, Emma? Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans. Is there something you need to be going to? The one that says nothing but no problems? Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Oh, it's you! Huh? Is Edgeworth here? He has the hotel bring him tea service? The real info's on the other side, Edgeworth. Oh, right. I better check this. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred. Can't. But it was solved, right? It would have to be at the evidence would already filed. Now I'm curious about this other case. Better make a note of it. Goodman's note. Goodman's note. Goodman's note. It all has to do with the case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. He must be talking about his father's murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. So how did the inquiry committee go? Again? Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Something happened? I see. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? Wait, you didn't. Edgeworth, I'm really... thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprint set received. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Oh boy. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. A finger? I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Emma's starting to get that shine in her eye. How do you do that? Ah, looks like that did the trick. How do I do that? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take getting used to. I guess I better give it a try. Yeah, I'm doing this on purpose. There's a reason I'm covering the whole screen. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. What does it mean? Out of luck? Don't tell me we've been wasting our time! Other prints. Fingerprints outside the blood. Oh, I didn't even hit enter. Oh, I don't even need to hit enter on this. I can just click with my mouse, but enter is a lot easier. Yeah, I'm doing this way on purpose, sorry. Okay, I need to do it again. Apparently I didn't do enough. This is going to be annoying, and this is apparently the most obnoxious way of doing the most obnoxious clue finding ability. And I think I see why. There. Dazzling. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. I guess she's right. How am I supposed to know? The prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. I guess it's probably because I was thinking, so what? Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction. What? Oh, right. That means no prints. Don't ask me! Do as much of this as I can. Hey, these fingerprints say... It's Officer Marshall. Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain. It looks like our investigation's finally turning up results. I guess this is what you call decisive evidence. Yeah, that's gotta be a shock 4. Tell me this is it. This has to be it. Yep. Let's see if I'm right. There we go. Day 2's finally done. Jesus, sorry about how long this was, but I did say I would do the whole thing. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time with whatever. Bye!